Alright, what is going on, everyone? We are back, and I say we because Emma is here. She's joining me for another review.
I'm behind you getting my water.
She's just behind me getting her water. Is that good water?
Yeah. I think these are chicken.
You want me to open that for you? Alright, so we're going to be looking at some figures today. Again, got a couple different ones. Actually, a bunch of different ones. Figure we would start off with these Pacific Rim figures from Diamond Select. They are pretty cool. Emma, these figures look pretty cool, right? They're big robots.
Yep.
Alright, so the first one we have is Valor Omega, which I'm pretty sure is the brown one.
Really close to mine.
And yeah, you can see it is the brown one. So very cool. And there we go. And the whole video is already falling apart. So there he is on the back. Pretty cool shot of the figure. There's a pretty large bio if you want to read that, of course. Of course, pause this video now. That's pretty much it. We'll look at the other two packagings. So there is...
This one?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, that one's done. Okay. So we got the Kaiju drone.
Put it in your pile.
Okay, thank you. Again.
This is getting bigger.
Bio right there. Let's see, figure.
This?
I need that one.
No, not right now. I'm putting the other one in the back.
Okay, there's not going to be room there. Just put it on the floor.
That will hold it.
Teamwork, guys. Teamwork.
You already do it.
Alright, and there is November Ajax. So again, same deal. Not going to need to show you the whole packaging. Can you get rid of that for me? Thank you, my assistant. Alright, so let's start with the Kaiju drone. If I do recall from the movie, well, I do recall.
Daddy,
What?
Your figure stock is getting really bigger.
I know it is too big, right?
Yeah. I think it's gonna fall. I think it's gonna fall.
So this is the Jaeger that gets infected by the Kaiju, and it's like some kind of press event, and it goes crazy and kills a bunch of people. So pretty good looking figure. Big flaw here is the legs. He's just got the wiggly leg syndrome, which I really don't like. Really not a fan of that. The arms look pretty cool. So you can see he's got the Kaiju spikes just protruding all over the place. And even he's got the feet and the claws as a Kaiju. Pretty cool. Face sculpt, not much to it.
Talk about it now?
You could see underneath he's got a face.
Daddy,
What?
I want to talk about that.
What do you want to say? Come close to the camera so they can hear you. What do you want to say?
You can see it's really creepy, like claws.
Back up a little bit.
Marshmallow is kind of like this, but he's not like this. He's frozen. He's not really like this, but he has claws. And he's happy at the end. He's frozen and frozen too. That's why it looks like marshmallow, because of all these claws.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's some good insight. Yeah. And the spikes are painted nicely, so they got the light blue and some nice texturing going on. You can see there's some silver. Obviously, it's kind of like an off-white. And then you can see in the center there's some kind of metal that looked like it ripped a little bit. Articulation. She's got some weird articulation. So the head, can you all see that? The head moves on a weird side angle. It doesn't move up and down. Arm moves up to there, moves in that far, out that far. It does, of course, rotate. He's got a bend in the elbow. I love you too, kid. Got a waist twist. Hips move out this far, kicks this far forward, kicks that far back, and then he's got a bend in the knee. The banana guy? Yeah. And the feet don't move. Another thing I don't actually like about this figure, I don't like the way the legs are shaped. They're kind of not shaped, but Well, see how they're just kind of hinged forward. It kind of makes them stand not the best. Unless you. That does feel good. That does feel nice. Thank you. So there you go. That pretty decent. I wouldn't say it was great. I wouldn't say terrible. I would say just kind of happily in between. All right. November Ajax, a little bit better for the legs at least. At least he stands. No, we already did the package. But again, same problem, except this one is in the arms. The arms are real loose. He is kind of a dark blue, like a navy blue. Very sleek. Very sleek. That does feel nice, thank you. Very sleek. You can see on the back, looks like some jet turbines or whatever. Sculpt on the head is pretty decent.
I'm doing two and rubbing your back.
Okay. Oh, do you want to look at the figure? Here. Come. Stand down a little bit so we can see it.
Right. Yeah, jet boots that are like this. It's crazy. I mean, where's the eyes and nose? It's crazy. There's no nose or mouth or eyes. I mean, this can probably not be the back, because this is the back. It's a figure, but it's kind of weird. This guy is quality, more quality. That one's more quality than this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like marshmallow too, but it's dead too.
There you go. Our articulation on this one, head doesn't move at all. Not ideal. Got shoulder pads that kind of move up. Arm moves up this far, in this far, moves out that far, and
does that feel good, Daddy?
Yeah, you can stop doing that though. You don't have to rub my back.
I want to.
Okay.
Did you have your phone?
And arm hinges forward and back.
Shh,
we can't talk about that yet. They don't know about that yet. It's a secret. Small bend in the elbow. Wrist does rotate and hinge. Again, got the same diaphragm joint. Hips move out this far. Kicks this far forward. Kicks that far back. Bend in the knee and no ankle movement. Also, they all come with alternate hands, which I'm not gonna be going over. You could, they're all just alternate fists. And then we have the last one. I already forgot what this one is called. But there we go. This is the better of the three. I would say I like this one quite a bit. This one's pretty cool, right? Yeah. So he's got a nice. Yeah, you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, you go first.
Very good. He's creepy. It doesn't have an eye like the number 2. It's like so weird. What? Kind of a rocket shooter or something. I gave Daddy a sticker too, but this is really big and creepy.
Alright, so you can see he's got some nice brown and some tan. Whenever I see the tan, I don't know why, it always makes me think of Army Men. Like the Army Men, like the N64 game. I think it was called something else, but the tan guys were like the bad ones. And there was like red guys and blue guys and green guys. The green guys are obviously like the main guys. I don't know what I'm talking about that, but that's what that kind of reminds me of. So he's got the brown and the tan. Very nice, and obviously some silver for the metal parts. He's got 2 cannons on both sides of his arm, which is pretty nice. And the sculpt on the head, I would say, is better. I like the blue. Definitely stands out nicely. Definitely gives a nice splash of color on this guy. You know, for the most part, for a otherwise really dark figure. Kind of gives some nice color. Not going to go over the articulation for this guy because it's pretty much the same as him. So let's get those ones to the side. And the next figure we have from our pile of figures, we have the Marvel Legends Vintage Silver Samurai. Wow, this is another very cool figure. I have the packaging. Assistant, could you pass me that packaging right there? Okay, don't worry. I got this one. I got it. So there you can see. That's okay. That's okay. So it's got the vintage blister card.
You can finish your review.
Looks very cool. See the other figures on the back. The only other one I got was Storm. You can see a bio right there. If you want to read that, of course, pause this video now. So pretty cool. Can you go?
Okay. I'll go to the bathroom.
Okay. So yeah. Okay, I'll wait for you. So there you go. Silver Samurai. Pretty cool. Pretty large figure. Face sculpt is excellent. I really like the kind of cold, dead expression. Can you focus, please? Thank you. And it's got the nice shiny silver paint. And then this part, which looks more like a fabric-y part, like it would be more fabric, is painted a darker silver, so that kind of makes it stand out. And he's got some bolts all over, so it kind of gives it some nice texture, some nice definition. And he's got the red symbol right there. Wow, this is just a really cool figure. Comes with the two katanas. There's one that's intentionally shorter. If I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, I feel like the shorter one is used more for like assassination and like execution. Like this is the one you would use to bring into a fight, but this is the one you would use to kind of get up close and just kind of get that kill shot. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what that's for. If you know, as always, make sure you sound off in the comments. And you can see the red on the top of the helmet right there. Alright, articulation. Head moves side to side, forward and back. Not very much, just because of the sculpt, because he's got a thick neck. Shoulder doesn't hinge up as much as I would like. That's the most I could get it to go, and that's without kind of breaking it. But again, these shoulder pads are kind of solid, so I'm not going to give you the most room. Again, I can't get it to move at all. Even this one, that's the most I can get it to hinge forward and back. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, which is pretty good. He's got wrist rotation, no wrist hinge. He's got the diaphragm joint up here and a waist twist there, so you know you could kind of get some different poses going on. That's pretty nice. Although I would be worried about using this diaphragm joint too much. I would be worried that it would kind of scuff up this red paint. So I would use that under discretion. Hips move out this far. You can kick this far forward, kick that far back. Double jointed knee, thigh swivel, ankle pivot, and ankle rocker, and he does have a boot swivel as well. So very good figure nonetheless, despite the fact he's not as articulated as I think I would like and a lot of people would like. This is still just a really nice, large, solid figure, so I'm okay with that. You know, sometimes you gotta trade articulation for sculpt, and there we go. Alright, next figure we are looking at. This is a doozy of a figure. It is from the movie Maniacs. Tooth Fairy from Darkness Falls. As you can see, the package is just beat to hell. Very yellow. Obviously, someone did not store this correctly, but there it is anyway. You can see some other figures on the back. I don't own any of those. I want to get the Jin, but eventually, so there you go, and you can see Tooth Fairy. Now, I recently rewatched this movie, actually, when I was coming home. When I was coming home from vacation, I watched it on the train. So what's unique about this figure is it's not actually based off the look in the movie. It's based off a prototype. So what she was gonna like in the movie, but then they changed the design. And they just kind of gave her a more cloak with a mask. I definitely like this design, although it's kind of sad that it's not the one from the movie, because it doesn't make this figure feel correct. Here, come look at this figure and tell me what you think. What do you think?
This is that friend. Her wings are very big. Her hair is really creepy. Her hands are like a wish no or something.
Is she pretty creepy?
Yeah, super creepy. I like a fly out of here or something.
She's pretty creepy. So you can see the face sculpt. She's got a nose and a mouth, but no eyes. No really definition in the face.
No eyes.
No eyes.
How does she talk?
Well, she doesn't talk out of her eyes. She talks out of her mouth. But I don't know. Let's see. The wings. Some nice sculpting and some nice texturing on the wings. Plastic is not quite translucent. In the dress or whatever, it is more translucent, so you can kind of see through it. It reminds me kind of like skin. It looks like skin to me. I don't know. It's very veiny. Got a very nice soft rubber to it. And then all over the torso, she's got some ridges and some sculpting. Okay. And you can see she's kind of got some sparkles to her. Did you see? She's sparkly, right? Yeah, she's pretty sparkly. The hair is a weird, soft plastic. Don't really like it. You see some bumps. Yeah, she's scary, right? And then there's this part here. The wings do hinge down, so you can fold them up and fold them out, which is convenient. The arms hinge up and down like that. You can kind of hinge them to move in and out. So you just have a wrist rotation, and the legs do. The knees bend, but the legs don't. So there you go. You get a nice bend on the knees. It's hard to see. Ankle hinges. No ankle rockers. So there you go. And she's got some sculpted claws. What do you think about this figure? Do you like this figure? It's pretty creepy, right? So get her just to stand there. There we go. There's all the figures we have so far. Alright, next up, guys, we have an older Transformer. We have Combiner Wars Skylynx. That's okay. That's okay. So, quickly looking at the packaging, see Combiner Wars Skylynx. Nice Skylynx artwork.
Dad, you want to get rid of this ball?
See right there. There's this alt mode.
This big green ball, I want to get rid of it.
Yeah, me too.
It
There's
just gets in the way all the time.
brief bio right there. If you want to read that, of course, feel free to pause the video now. There's some other stuff you could do. Other figures available. I didn't get the Trailbreaker. I don't have smoke. I have a different smoke screen, I think. Yeah, so there you go. Alright, so looking at Skylynx, again, I will transform this guy. I'm not going to bother with the transformation, but I'll get them all transformed, and I'll kind of show you guys at the end of the video. So Skylynx looks really cool. Definitely like the head sculpt. I like the gold on the inside. You can see the wings with the Autobots logo. I feel like they're supposed to go down more, but oh no. Yeah, there we go. I feel like they're supposed to go down more like that. So very cool. He's got the red and the blue. You can see I think he's actually two pieces, if I'm not mistaken. There's like a There's like this part which is like wings, just like a bird and a lion. I could be wrong about that. Not too familiar with Skylings, but we'll figure that out when we kind of take them apart and get them all transformed. Nonetheless, a really cool looking figure. Got some little claws there. Articulation, the head moves up and down, and then the legs hinge forward and back. That's about it, and you can really kind of move the wings in and out. Not a tremendous amount to say about this guy without kind of transforming him. You can see he's got the jet thrusters on the back. But very, very cool figure. Very excited, and yeah, we'll just kind of leave that guy for now, and we'll come back to him in a little bit. All right, next up, guys, I have a Elite wrestling figure here because I got quite a few wrestling figures be pumping out. We have the Elite Collection Hall of Champions Rikishi. Very cool figure. The first Rikishi shot up way in value. All right, you can see the artwork on the back, on the inside of the box, pretty nice. It just kind of reflects all the different championships. So that's really, really cool. I'm sad they don't make these anymore. They haven't made any in quite a while. See Rikishi, Intercontinental Champion 2000, Hall of Champions. Of course, you got Rikishi on the side, and then on the back, so you can see the other figures available. I got Rikishi, and that's it. I only got the Rikishi out of this series. You can see that's the back of the box. Looks pretty decent. Can you get rid of that for me? Thank you. Alright, so there is the figure himself. Very nice figure. Very nice face sculpt. Except this is more like happy, smiling Rikishi. When Rikishi was Intercontinental Champion in this era, he was a bad guy. He tried to run over Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't know, he was causing some shenanigans. But not focusing on that. Still very, very nice. Very nice sculpt. Love the sculpt on the hair. I think the face is perfect. He comes with this nice fabric robe, which I will take off just because Rikishi, it's not just a basic figure, you know? It's not just a basic guy. I'm quickly regretting it because I feel like it's going to be tough to put back on. But I'm up to the challenge. Sorry, I'm giving a close-up of his crotch. Not ideal. But I just actively can't get this off. Alright, well, I can't take it all the way off because I feel like I'm just going to tear it. It doesn't want to come off. But there you go. So there is the Rikishi body mold. Rikishi across there. And it's got all the little strings of fabric. He's got his big Speedo with his big butt cheeks. Which, if you're familiar with wrestling, you know that's what Rikishi was known for. He had big butt cheeks, and he would kind of rub them in people's face. I know, right? Wrestling's weird, but that's what it was anyway. He's got the necklace is also a loose piece. For the articulation, the head moves side to side. We get forward and back. The arms, I can't get to move up. They're just really stuck. They should move up, and they don't really move in and out as much. It's hard to see, but he does have a bicep swivel. Does have a single jointed elbow, which is hindered a little bit by the elbow pad, which you also cannot see. He has wrist rotation and wrist hinge, waist twist, and ab crunch. As you would expect, this piece is a very hard rubber, so the ab crunch basically useless. Basically, might as well not even be there. Hips move out this far, kicks that far forward, kicks that far back. He's got a double jointed knee. He's got a thigh swivel, boots with no laces, and then feet do hinge forward and back, but they're a little stuck, and he does have ankle rockers. So there you go. Rikishi does come with the older Intercontinental title. My favorite version of the Intercontinental title. So you see gold, shiny, looks really nice. Very, very cool. Very cool figure, very cool title to have. I like this one a lot. And like I said, the first Elite Rikishi, he shot up in price really quick. So I'm glad that we, for people that missed him like I did, I'm glad that we got another chance to get him. All right, up next, guys, we have the DC Signature Collection Fire and Ice.
Sorry, this cough.
That's okay. These figures, wow, they're really bad. I got them because Big Bad Toy Store had them up. I think they were like really cheap. I think it was like $30 for the two of them, or they were like $10 each. But they're really, really cheap. And this is it, man. We need a Fire and Ice for our Justice League. So this is the way to get them. So that's what I did. Anyway, you could see the packaging right there. Just move them aside. You can see the two packages right there. Signature Collection. I'm still kind of working on tracking some of these down. And then there is some artwork on the side, which the artwork on the side is much, much better than the actual figures themselves. You see on the back there is Ice. And there's her background. There is background, I meant bio. There's Fire's bio. Pause those, read those. There you go. Again, guys, if you're still playing the game, sorry, and you're keeping track of the yawns, then make sure you let me know at the end of the video how many times I yawned. All right, so looking at Ice, that is the ugliest face sculpt I've ever seen. That is just horrendous.
Are you
this
finished with it, Daddy?
Almost. Do you want to come look at these figures?
No.
Okay.
Stories.
Okay.
I'm putting them in the pile.
Okay.
I have 2 stories. Now I have 3.
Okay. So you can see Ice, not very nice. Not bad. The paint is good. You gotta read Whisper though, right? Okay.
Oh, I can talk like her.
Yeah, that's good. She comes with this little pathetic translucent ice effect, which I guess it's supposed to make it look like she's shooting ice, but it misses the mark. I think it just looks ugly. But there you go, and it's just a translucent kind of plastic. As much crap as I'm giving this figure, there is a little bit of shading in the boots, which is nice, the fur boots. And then there is some shading in the white part of the outfit, but not really much. No sculpting, minus this shirt, which is a separate piece. Sculpt on the hair, not very good. And like I said, the face is just not very good at all. Not a fan of this figure. Like I said, it was really cheap, and that kind of had it working for it. If you could get this for really cheap, I do suggest it if you could get it for really cheap, but I would say that would be the only way I would ever recommend this figure. I wouldn't recommend paying more than $10 for it. I really don't think it's worth it. But actually, if you notice in the back, Rikishi seems to have a thing for her, so maybe she's not all that bad. I don't know. Alright, Fire is not much better. The sculpt on the hair is decent. You can see there's some tearing on the back of her shirt. Don't really know what that is. I guess it's tied together like a tube top. It looks pretty much just like a tube top. Getting some nice shading in the hair. Face is slightly better, but not by much. She's got the dark lipstick. The belt is a separate piece, but it doesn't really move. And then it's just some flat green pants. Legs are really loose, because why wouldn't they be? And she's got the nice stiletto boots. Little fire effect there. Kind of same idea as the Ice. It's just translucent green plastic. Not really much to it. A little bit of sculpting in the shirt, so you can see like it's buttoned together. That's about it. And then she's got one short glove, one long glove. Don't really know why. Don't really know what's the significance of that, but for whatever reason, we have it. So there you go. Articulation, the head moves side to side, forward and back. Arm moves back that far, moves in this far. We got a bicep swivel. We got a single jointed elbow, wrist rotation, and wrist hinge. Ab crunch, which is unusual. Usually we get a diaphragm joint, but for her, she's got an ab crunch. And a waist twist, which is almost a nice breath of fresh air. Hips move out this far. She kicks this far forward, kicks that far back. Single jointed knee, single jointed elbow, thigh swivel, and ankle pivot, and little ankle rocker. Again, these figures are quite old, so you gotta forgive some of the discretions with them, and just keep in mind that these figures came out a couple years ago. I think Mattel has improved. I know a lot of people don't like Mattel, and they say they've been doing the same thing. I think Mattel's gotten slightly better, but again, that's just me, right? So there you go. Alright guys, moving right along. He's getting a little bit cramped back here, but don't worry, we just got a couple figures to go. We have 000, BT1, and Dr. Aphra. These are from the Marvel Comics series, from the Marvel Comics Star Wars universe, which it's really cool to see. The Black series is kind of giving us some characters from the comics. I know we got Jaina Solo a while ago, but the difference here is these characters are actually in canon. So yeah, very excited to get right into them. I'll just kind of quickly show you the packaging. So there is BT1's package. See, he's got a bio right there. There you go. Of course, feel free to pause the video and read it if you would like. There's 000. There's his bio. And here's a packaging for Dr. Aphra, which is really crushed. I got it from Big Bad Toy Store. I got the damaged packaging one. So save a little bit of money. So there you go. So there you go. Not really. I was never really big into the Dr. Aphra kind of deal, so I'm not really sure if she's bad or if she's good. I think she's supposed to be kind of questionable. Like, she's kind of got skewed morality. Alright, so looking at BT1, he looks like R2-D2, but obviously he's black because he's evil, and obviously he's got some gun. He's got some gun. Yeah?
I just really want to make money with
Okay. Okay, anyway, moving right along. Just clip that in. Just clip in so we can continue with the video, please. There we go. This has got the big machine gun. It looks like a machine gun because it's got kind of the barrel, and then it looks like it's got the clip right there where we would just fire the bullets. Not really articulated. And then it's got rockets here, and then I think these have he's got some more guns here. Very, very cool. Obviously the head rotates and the legs move, and then the feet hinge. That's about it. I feel like this is supposed to extend like R2-D2, but I can't get it to come out, so I just kind of leave it as is. You can see on the black paint there's some chipping, there's some silver, which makes it look like he's taking some damage. Cool. And I do know that these guys are bad because they're all about, in the comics, they're all about like murdering people and stuff. Like, that's their thing, is like they just want to murder people. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, and there's some silver and red on the front. The black is pretty solid. Some silver on the back. Pretty good figure. He doesn't really come with any accessories, minus if you take these out, which actually I don't want to do because they're a pain in the ass to get them to stay. He comes with this part to make it look like they're pushed in. So there you go. there's BT1, very cool. Very cool figure, 000. Very much is C-3PO minus the murder hands. So you could see, if the camera will focus, you could see there's all kinds of different blades and fire. Can I see what? Fire, fast blinker. Alright, so he's got the murder hands. Like I said, you can see some fire and some stuff. And then on the other one, he's got some blades and he's got like a saw. Very cool. The only other accessories for him are he comes with regular hands. And then other than that, he's just very much a black C-3PO. You can see the wires there. C-3PO face sculpt with the red eyes. There you go. Can you close the door? Alright, so anyway, moving along. Articulation. The arm hinges forward and back. It does rotate. Well, I should say the head rotates side to side and forward and back. He has a diaphragm joint. Doesn't really kick that much forward and back. Doesn't really have a good bend in the knee. Like I said, the C-3PO body not known for being overly articulated, which is fine. You can see again he's got some of the more battle damage. This C-3PO is not a character that needs to be articulated. In all fairness, just because he's not supposed to be like a fighter to any degree, so we'll kind of overlook that. Can you stand? Can you stand, please? 000. Just put his hands down for now because I think he's being a troublemaker. Can you just stand so we could get the thumbnail at the end, please? Stand with ice. There you go. There you go. Just stand there. Alright, and last but not least, just the last for these Star Wars figures, not the last for the video. We still have a couple figures to go. Which again, we're kind of at the 37-minute mark. I know these are long videos, and I do understand that. But hopefully you guys are still enjoying the video, and you know, if they're too long, you want me to do less figures per video, that's totally fine. Feel free to drop a comment below and just let me know. Or like I said, you can watch this in parts. It's really up to you. Just anyway. Alright, so Dr. Aphra, pretty basic figure. She comes with the blue jeans, black boots, and she's got a white shirt with a red vest. The vest is a separate piece. She just have black gloves on both hands. The belt and the holster for the gun are a separate piece as well. You can see the gun right there. It's pretty cool. Pretty good face sculpt. The hat, I should say, is removable. Dr. Aphra, right? She's like a scientist. Like, she's smart. So, there you go. I don't know why that matters, but I actually didn't even know that was removable until just now. So, that's pretty cool, I guess. Head moves side to side, forward and back. Arm moves up that far, moves in this far. We have a swivel in the elbow, single jointed elbow, wrist rotation, and wrist hinge. We have a diaphragm joint. Hips move out this far. She kicks this far forward, that far back. We got a double jointed knee. No boot swivel and ankle pivot and ankle rocker. Pretty cool again. Character I'm not super crazy about, but more or less just happy to see we're getting some comic characters in the Black Series. So definitely very, very nice. Alright guys, 2 figures left to go. So next one we have Elite Scotty 2 Hotty, which I figured I'd put him in the same video as Rikishi because they kind of go together. It's got Scotty 2 Hotty right there. Nice shot of Scotty on the side. This is an older figure. As you can see, figures in this wave. This guy came out quite some time ago. What series was it? Elite 57. We're on 70. We got 73 coming up, and this is 57. So that's a very cool kit bash. There you go. Nice shot of Scotty on this side. Can you put this package away from me, please?
Can I
Thanks, kid. Alright. So as you can see, Scotty, he's got some nice green army camouflage pants. I think they look very cool. You see two Hotty on the back. I don't know why it's Hotty 2. I guess that makes sense, actually. So, never mind. Some black on the yellow jacket. Not ideal. And it is... What?
I don't have any more difference. I got the sun, the cloud, the spaceship, the syrup, the hat, the bucket, that thing, and the paint.
Okay, man. Well, I believe in you. You just got to keep looking. Some green shoes with the white soles. Yeah, jacket is a soft rubber, which is fine, but it does kind of stunt the articulation. It's got a nice face sculpt with the crazy hair. And I just lost the glasses. Alright, so of course, guys, why wouldn't I? I dropped the glasses. So there you go. It comes with the nice red sunglasses and the hat with the top removed so it fits his crazy hair. The glasses back on. I wish they stayed on a little better. You think the hat would help them, but it really... You think the hat would help the glasses stay on, but it really doesn't. I don't know. Wow, this is really interesting, eh? Alright, there we go. We finally got the glasses and the hat back on. Actually, really good figure. I really like the camo pants. I know it's not going to happen, but I would really... I think it would be really awesome if they did a Grandmaster Sexay in this same kind of gear. Again, just to kind of complete that trio. I don't think it's going to happen, but I wish it would. Articulation, the head moves side to side. We do get a forward and back. Arm moves up this far with the jacket on. Of course, if you take the jacket off, it'll obviously extend more. Moves this far forward. Got a single jointed elbow, wrist hinge, and wrist rotation. We got a waist twist and an ab crunch. Hips move out this far forward. This far apart, I should say. Kicks this far forward. Kicks that far back. He's got a double jointed knee, ankle rocker, and no ankle pivot. So there you go. Very cool. I think Scotty 2 Hotty is a great elite figure. But anyway, guys, one figure to go. Let's finish this video up. All right, guys, our last figure, we have the SH Figuarts Wiz from Dragon Ball Super. Really quickly, there is the packaging for Wiz. See some different poses and stuff on the back. Nice shot of Wiz. I know this has been a long video, and I hope you guys are still sticking with it. Hopefully you guys are still here. I'll try to wrap this up pretty quick. Alright, so Wiz, definitely a nice tall figure. Got really wide, long feet, which is nice to help him stand. The robe is a solid piece, so you can see, obviously, his leg articulation is going to be next to nothing. Oops. Because of the robe, which just have some nice paint apps on it. Does look really good. And these pieces actually a soft plastic, which is nice. Unexpected from the Dragon Ball Z line. You can see the face sculpt is very good. The hand with the staff does tend to pop off, and you can see the staff. It's really cool. I like how they used to keep they just use a clear plastic to keep the orb in place. Very nice, very creative. Very cool shade of blue. It matches a little, almost like a belt, or matches the fabric right there, and then it's got some gold. Yeah, he does hold it well. It's just I think it's quite heavy for his hands. I think the joints are not as strong as the joints I feel like are not as maybe strong as they needed to be. That's what I'm trying to say. And even that, I didn't say it correctly, but that's what I meant to say. Yeah. Very nice figure, nonetheless. You can see he's got the more kind of cynical face sculpt. He's always kind of he's a different character. He's very kind of out there, so the face definitely reflects that. No shading in the hair, which hit and miss. I feel like maybe a little black shading would have been good, but it's not the end of the world. Alright, head rotates in any direction possible, forward and back. The neck does hinge forward and back as well. This does not move. This also, I feel like, is really quite breakable. Feels really, really loose, so I do suggest using some caution for that. Arm moves up there, in there, moves out this far. Again, no give on these shoulder pads. They're just a very hard plastic. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, wrist rotation, and wrist hinge. Obviously, the hinge moves any way you could possibly want. Again, no torso articulation, unfortunately, and the legs, they can kind of move out this far, but that's about it. So, obviously, he's super limited in his articulation, which, here's kind of my problem with this. I feel like he was pricier. I feel like he was a little bit pricier, maybe because he's quite large. Like, he's tall. He's taller than a lot of the figures. But he was pricey, and you didn't, for a figure arts figure, there wasn't a whole lot of articulation. I think that was kind of a misstep. But it's a good figure to have, and an important character. So you can see he comes with a bunch of alternate hands. Comes with this kind of happy face, look like he just ate something delicious. And then he comes with this more kind of grinning, cynical face. The hands include 2 fists, a grabbing a staff hand for the other one, and he comes with a finger pointing hand, which you can see, and then he comes with an open hand. So that's it. That's pretty cool. So guys, I think that is it for this video. That is all the figures I have for you today. Emma, thank you for being a good helper today. Thank you for joining us today. Did you have fun? Do you need some water? No, we're done.
Can I keep in the story?
Yeah. Which figure did you like the best?
The not scary one.
The one that looks like marshmallow? Yeah, that's what I thought. As always, guys, drop a like. Don't know where you're going to be watching this. Yeah. Don't really know where this video is going to be live, but hopefully you drop it a like. If this is on YouTube, make sure you check out the Facebook page, Matitude22 Figure Reviews. So that's where I'm going to be uploading going forward. Anyway, I think, Emma, are you hungry? I think I'm ready for some dinner. How about you? Alright, well, I'm hungry. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for all your support. Again, longer video. I hope you guys like these longer videos where I'm talking about more figures at once. It's either that after, okay? Let's finish this video and then maybe we could do some more. Again, I hope you guys like the longer videos. It's either that or I do shorter videos but more of them. I figure the longer ones are better. Don't touch. No, don't touch that. No, because everything's gonna fall. Alright, I gotta go because she's touching some figures. She wants to play with some figures. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good day. Emma, say bye. Say bye to everybody.
Hello, bye.
Catch you guys next time, and bye. Alright, there you go, everybody. As promised, we have Lynx in his alt mode. As you can see, he's a space shuttle. I think it looks nice. I do say this part, which is kind of the bottom of the figure, there's really nothing you could do. I would like it more if you could just kind of pop this part off. And just kind of have the shuttle on its own, but all in all, pretty solid alt mode. Transformation not too difficult. It's a little bit finicky, but once you kind of figure out how to do it, once you kind of get it going, then it's not too bad. But yeah, very nice alt mode. There you go. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video. Have yourselves an excellent day, and I will catch you next time. Bye.